I have a little bit of a kink. I do enjoy watching couples and how they behave between each others. And one thing I've noticed is that women are leading in their relationship, right? The man is not leading. And I've seen, for example, a woman opening the door for her man, which kind of shocked me. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like 10 years ago, I was a feminist. I would not open the door for women. Like I was that bad. But now after doing, the work to become more masculine, when I see a woman doing this, I'm like, whoa, that's nuts. Also, what I've seen happening is women leading the man into a location, right? She has like the Google map and she's leading. And I'm like, wow, that's nuts. The woman is supposed to relax in the presence of her man, not lead like this. And I mean, I could go on and on about so many examples that I've observed. And it really shocks me to see that the polarity in the relationship has switched, literally. And yeah, we can argue that society has made us switch in a way, right? Feminism and also the blaming of man being man, right? Like, I remember when I was 19 or 20 years old, the whole idea of being like dominant was very badly seen, right? I'm from France, and in France, feminism is pretty heavy. And if you're a little bit dominant, they call you macho, right? And this had an impact on me, like very heavily, to the point that for me, the idea of leading, of being dominant, was very, very foreign. I could not do this back then. And it took a lot of work to actually learn this and embody it, right? Not faking it, actually embodying it. So, what I want to share here is that, yes, there is definitely an impact of the society, of feminism, of women wanting to be more masculine and all of that, but it doesn't have to stop us being more masculine, leading, and having this polarity in the relationship that is very natural, where the man is being masculine, the woman is being feminine. And I don't want you to think that this woman is masculine, so this means that she will never be feminine. Maybe she doesn't know what it truly tastes like to be feminine. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because a few years ago, I had an experience that really opened my eyes about this concept that I want to share with you. I was, focusing on picking up girls at the time, of course, because this was my thing at the time. And I was meeting women every day, 10 to 20 women every day. And that day I was in the park scanning for girls, right? And I saw this beautiful, South American girl all by herself chilling in this park. And guys were looking at her and all of that, but they were not making any move, obviously. Because most guys are fucking pussies, they don't do this shit. And I just went. I started to talk to her, and it led to a really powerful experience because I had sex with her in less than an hour. She literally went to my place after 30 minutes of conversation. And what happened in the bedroom was very interesting. At one point, I started spanking her, right? Because at the time I was playing with this idea of being more masculine, more dominant, leading, and all of this. And when I spanked her, she turned like this. She looked at me and she's like, whoa, a little bit surprised, but in a good way. And, we continue having sex. And at the end, she started to talk to me and she said, I need to tell you something. It's the first time I actually enjoy being spanked. And I smiled and I was like, oh, what happened? Like, why? And she told me, well, in the past, if this would happen, I would like freeze. I would really, it would feel so bad. But the way you did it was just amazing, right? And I think she maybe never experienced a proper spank. Maybe she had some trauma in the past that led her to feel repulsed of the idea of being spanked. But I think what she felt in that moment when I was spanking her is me dominating her without trying to control her. I had no expectation. She could have literally told me, hey, can we stop right now? Like, this is too much for me. And I would have stopped very happily. Because everything that I was doing, from saying hello to having sex with her, was just an invitation. Yes, I was leading. Yes, I was being dominant. Yes, I was being masculine. Yes, all of this. But it was an invitation. I didn't try to pull her to my place like super hardcore. I just invited her and she happily said yes, right? I didn't force her like to enjoy my spanking. I spanked her one time and then I checked if she enjoyed, right? And I could see she enjoyed. So I continued to spank her more, right? And basically, I think a lot of women never experience this form of leadership, because what I'm seeing out there is either men not leading at all, not being dominant, being super soft, right? Because of the whole brainwashing happening in the society, or men trying to be masculine, to be dominant, to be a leader, faking it, right? And it's funny because women only experience this two reality of what men can bring, but not the third one, which is a more integrated form of masculinity, dominance, and leadership, where dominance, leadership, and masculinity is not something that is being forced. It's something that is being invited, right? You're inviting her into your reality. And that's a very clear difference. And I want you to look at this example. There is a very, very clear difference between a king and a tyrant. If you read the book King, Warrior, Magician, Lover, the shadow aspect of the king is the tyrant. Because the tyrant is a leader, but the people that follow the tyrant are forced to follow the tyrant. Whereas the king is more, confident. He has like a vision. People love him and they happily follow the king. And that's the big difference. Which means that you can invite a woman to follow your leadership and she might not follow you at all. And in that case, that's not the woman you want to hang out with. But there will be women that whenever you invite them to follow you, they will happily follow you and be devoted to you. And that's the kind of woman you want to hang out with, right? So you need to learn to lead without any expectation, right? It's always just an invitation. You can invite her firmly with assertiveness, right? But with no expectation, without wanting her to follow you. It's almost like you throw the hook, but she does whatever she wants. You just did the invitation and that's it. This is the truest form of leadership, from my understanding, in this level of experience that I have right now. And I mean, I've been focusing on this whole masculine, feminine polarity for a long time. And I think this is kind of like the ultimate form of you being the man and your woman falling into her feminine and being more soft, devoted to you, right? But it has to come from the right place. So that means that if you recognize in yourself that you're trying to lead from a controlling place with expectation, there's something that needs to be changed here, right? And the question you want to ask yourself is, why are you trying to control her? Why do you have expectation? And you will see that the answers of this question are usually tied to what is happening internally. Oh, I want to control her because I don't feel good enough, because I think that if I don't control her, she will reject me. There's so many stories going on, right? So can you see how important it is to, yes, do the masculinity work, but also to combine that with internal work? Because if you just do the masculinity work, you are probably going to fake it, right? You're probably going to pretend to be the man, right? You heard, oh, be stoic, be grounded. So you try to be that. like this. But it doesn't work like this. Like, you have to actually embody being grounded. And the only way, for example, to be grounded is to do the internal work. When you become in tune with your emotions, that's when you truly become grounded. The same with leadership, the same with being confident and all of that. It also happens when you do the internal work, right? Because you might have some fears also holding you back to lead. Oh, if I lead, she will not follow me. How do you know? How do you know? You don't know what the present is. You know what the past was, and maybe you've had some bad experiences, but you don't know how it will manifest in the now, right? That's why you always stay curious about what can happen in the now. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much about this because I'm going to end up like ranting and going in all different directions. But this is a thought that I had in my mind, and I thought sharing it with you. If you're interested in working with me about becoming more masculine, more confident, leading from the heart, check the link in the pinned comment. There's all my offerings, all the different ways you can work with me. And if you just want a free course to help you attract one date opportunity every week with your ideal woman, click on the link in the description. Totally for free. You can, just get it like this. You get really proper training on how to attract one date every week. And that's it. Thank you for watching this, man. I really appreciate you following me, listening to me. Like, I've been really enjoying making these videos, and I'm planning to continue. Like, I really, really love doing this. And the fact that you just watching, commenting sometime, or just giving a like to my videos, bro, I appreciate it so much. It means so much to me that you do this. So thank you. I see you, bro. I see you, my brother.